Hey everybody, it's Jonathan the Creature Teacher, and we brought an animal inside today. He has been living outside for a while. I'll open this up so we can see him better. But because it is getting so warm outside here in Texas now, he needs to be inside where he has some air conditioning. And this is Cotton, and Cotton is an Angora Rabbit. Now, Angora Rabbits are known for their thick, fluffy fur that they have, and he does have some thick fur. He got a haircut about a month ago. I basically, because it was starting to get really warm, I almost cut his hair, almost shaved him bald in some areas. I left some hair around his face and head. Along his back there, it was very close to his skin, just so that he could stay cool, just because these animals are pretty hot with all that thick fur that they have. And it grew back pretty quickly. Normally, when these rabbits are presented at shows, they have real thick, fluffy fur. When you brush it out, it makes them look like a giant big cotton ball or marshmallow with bunny ears. Now, just like pretty much any other rabbit, care is going to be very similar, except you do need to brush them a lot. I try to brush them at least once a day, if not every 2 days, just to get his fur, keep his fur nice and clean. You don't have to do it that much. I've read on some websites about Angora Rabbit care that you can do it about once a week. Only reason we do it a lot is because he's not living in the house. He either was living outside in a house. We had a small little rabbit hutch for him to live in, or he's in this cage, and he can get kind of dirty. He's stomping his feet there. He's saying, "Leave me alone." A little scared since he just got moved. He's a little uncomfortable with the fact that he's moved out of his house. This isn't the most glamorous cage, but it does well, and it will keep him nice and cool because he's got an air conditioner at the other end of the room. They do, of course, need their rabbit food, and of course some nice Timothy hay to chew on, keep his teeth nice and cared for. Also, I'll be getting them a rabbit chew. Basically, it's just a big kind of log-looking like thing to let them chew on, just like any rodent. Rabbits, since they're a lagomorph, they do have those large incisors that keep growing, so they do need something to chew on to take care of their teeth. Otherwise, their teeth will start to grow too big. So it's just important, if you get a rabbit, make sure that they not only have the right food to eat, but also make sure they have something to chew on, because they will try to find things to chew on, especially if you keep them in your house. I've heard many stories of people keeping a rabbit in their house and it chews on their furniture or it chews on electrical wires. They will chew on things. They like to do that. And of course, he also has his water bottle right here. Since he is exceptionally fluffy and furry, and he gets pretty warm, he does drink a lot of water. He goes through about a bottle a day to stay nice and cool. Hey, buddy, how's it going? So it's important to make sure that, just like any mammal, they need water, or any animal, but he drinks a lot of water exceptionally. Now, since it's going to be cooler in here, it may be every 2 days that I have to fill this bottle up. But when he was outside, he was going through a bottle a day, even when it was cold outside, just because they do generate a lot of body heat and they retain a lot of warmth from that fur. Don't you, Cotton? Now, these rabbits are popular as pets because, of course, their hair, and you can use their hair to make them, or to make clothing. That's the original reason they were bred to have thick fur, is to make just to have the wool from their fur, so you can get Angora Rabbit wool. It does take a lot of brushing or hair cutting to get that. He's got a little bit of a snag on his foot. Some hairs on his foot or on his tail kind of hanging on there. I'll have to pull him out and cut that off. To do that off camera, because I can't really hold the camera and hold him and manipulate a pair of scissors. I don't have 3 hands. But they were originally bred for that purpose, to have that wool. Now, if you wanted to have some Angora rabbits to get wool yourself, you would need a lot of rabbits, and then you would have to blend their fur with another fabric, or either another type of wool from like an alpaca or a sheep or something, because their fur is so soft that it kind of falls apart if you just use it on its own. It's usually blended with other things. He's very friendly. Important thing about rabbits is to hold them a lot, love them a lot. He loves to cuddle inside. Usually if we bring him in the house, we put him on a nice big towel, so if he does go to the bathroom, it doesn't get everywhere. We give him some things to chew on. He currently has JoJo above him, and JoJo is being a very bad bunkmate. She is being loud and noisy and jumping around, which Cotton is not a big fan of that at the moment. Again, he's been outside living the bachelor life for a while, so he's enjoyed the peace and quiet, not being bothered by other people. But now he has to get used to an upstairs neighbor. It's kind of like being in an apartment where you got that loud, noisy neighbor upstairs who bangs away on stuff and irritates you all the time. That's kind of what this will be like for a little bit. But then he'll get used to it. Cotton, you wanna come here? He's a little grumpy at me because I put him in this new house, and he is a much bigger fan of the other place. Normally he will come to me. He is very friendly, but he's a little grumpy right now that I took him out of his bachelor pad and put him in this enclosure, which is not very glamorous, but again, he will be nice and cool, and he won't be once it starts getting a lot hotter here in Texas. It's in the 80s right now, but once it starts getting in the 90s and 100s, he would not do well outside, so he'll do much better in here. But anyways, that's been Cotton, our Angora Rabbit. Let's see if I can get it up close to his face. Hey, buddy, you want to say hi? Yeah. Oh, it's okay. It's just a camera. It's just a camera. You want to say hi? Cotton. Kind of can't see his face. He has very pretty blue eyes, but it's hard to see him since he's sitting in the dark. Anyways, we'll be saying bye to Cotton. And again, this has been John with the Creature Teacher. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe. Leave any comments that you want. And of course, as always, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or our website. We'll see you guys later.